Welcome back as we start the fourth quarter of the Muck Bowl, all tied at 21. Pahokee with the ball after a punt by Glade Central, and the give up the middle looks to be, well, I'm going to wait till I see a number. I didn't see who it was. But a decent gain of 5 yards at this point.
Yeah, Pahokee, a little bit of their Glade Central's medicine right back at them. Straight I formation, run up the middle, get what you can. I think they want to come out of here with some time spent and obviously the touchdown. The 2 turnovers have made a huge difference in this half.
So 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Devils. The give here to the left side, that's Jenkins, and Jenkins pushing hard and looks like he's very close to a first down. Janoris Jenkins.
Janoris Jenkins looks like he's got the freshest legs out there right now. He hit that hole extremely fast and was in the secondary before you could blink an eye. So we're looking at 3rd and short here, I believe, for Pahokee.
Here's a replay.
Here's a replay. Watch how quickly he gets into the defense and then drives with his legs. Now, another helmet.
Yeah.
Here we go. That may be a record. That's like the 5th one tonight.
Yeah.
We've seen so many helmets come off.
All right, that brings up a 3rd and short, 3rd and less than a yard for Pahokee. And the give is up the middle to the fullback. That is Willie Jenkins. And Jenkins looks like he has got the first down easily.
Yeah, Russell Lewis is on the tackle, but he's hugging him. And every time they've had a short yardage situation, it's the fullback. And it's very difficult to stop the up back in the I formation for 1 yard.
I think it's interesting too, Bill. Just the ebb and flow of the momentum in this game has gone from one team to the other. Just when you expect one team to be down, back up they come, because certainly the Blue Devils were looking flat at the start of this half, but now here they are knocking on the door. All right, Shepard rolls to his left in trouble, gets away, but now is finally swarmed on by the Glades defense. Looked like he was trying to get the ball out to his fullback, number 44, Kavensky McGee, who has had a couple of catches tonight.
That was off the edge blitz by the outside linebacker. He missed the tackle, but he made him reroute himself so that the other guys could show up. You made an interesting point, ebb and flow, but it only happens when 2 teams are this evenly matched. It never happens when one team's got the tremendous advantage.
Well, I think you've got to give Pahokee some credit too, because in a way they're outmanned. Big blitz on right now. Shepard gets rid of the ball, and he's got a receiver. The defender fell down, and that is number 11, Javaris Harris, who has got a 1st and goal. What a play, as Shepard was under huge pressure. Got it to Harris, and the defender on that side fell down, and a 1st and goal for Pahokee.
Dan called it perfectly. Rashad Jackson's the defender. The quarterback did a great job of escaping the rush, and his receiver came back, and that's when Jackson lost his footing, and a huge play for Pahokee. They're knocking on the door.
That was an all-out blitz. Here's the end of the replay. And
you might see the defender. There he is on the ground, number 17, Rashad Jackson.
Right.
And only a great hustle by the Glade Central secondary prevents the touchdown.
And we're about to get going, but here come the whistles. And a timeout on the field called by Pahokee.
Yeah, I'm not, is that their 2nd or 3rd?
That's their 2nd of the half.
Because that, it's redundant to say this, but you got to say it. That could come back to haunt you. In a game that's this close, you need those timeouts late in the 4th quarter. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Pahokee approaches trying to score in the red zone. Both teams have been pretty successful in the red zone tonight. And aside from a couple fumbles, both teams have scored every time they got down there.
So Pahokee left with 1 timeout now in the game, and Glades, as far as I know, has all 3 of theirs, and certainly may need them if Pahokee is successful on this. 1st and goal for the Blue Devils, as the coaches take a little time getting off the field.
Ball's on the 8.
Different formation here. It's like the wishbone, and the give to the fullback inside and pushing up and going in, standing up for the touchdown is Willie Jenkins. And what a turn of events again here as Pahokee comes back from looking flat at the start of the second half, stops Glades, gets the ball back, and drives in for the touchdown to make it 27-21.
And let's give a lot of credit to that Pahokee offensive line on the left side, because there was no doubt they're going to run the ball. They were in a power eye. They just give it to the tailback, and he just plows through there with great blocking up front.
Here is the kick. It is up. It looks good, and it is. And in the fourth quarter, 9:15 to go in the game, and Pahokee is back up 28-21. A touchdown separating these two teams, and now it is Glades Central who is looking a little weary coming off the field.
Well, they got their dauber down again, but we saw Pahokee in the same situation about 7 minutes ago, and they got a big play, and all of a sudden their spirits are raised, and they go right down the field.
Now, although our viewers can't see it, we've got Speedy down here on the sideline who was resting. He looked pretty tired during that last series. And right now, let's go to Lisa Pride on the sidelines.
Well, thanks, Dan. There's a special number 3 on the sidelines tonight for Glades Central, and that is Curtis Brown. He should be playing for the University of Akron right now, but instead he's at home recovering from a bad car accident. Himself, along with 3 other former players, along with his brother, were in a bad car accident this summer in Royal Palm Beach. One of his fellow players died in that accident, Stanfield Watson, and the team has been dedicating their season to Stanfield Watson. His number was 13, and he also should be playing college ball right now, but that 13 has been helping them throughout the season. They just received the number 13 stickers to put on their Raiders helmets for the postseason. So they've been thinking of Watson, and they'll be thinking of him throughout the postseason. Back up to you.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Certainly, yes, Glades has seen their share of tragedy over the years with a lot of these young players. On the kickoff now, receiving it is Deontay Thompson, and the speedster is bottled up by Pahokee, who has done a good job on kickoffs of keeping these Glades Central speedsters under control.
Well, and that's because they have so much speed. They're covering these kicks like the ball had hung. That ball was kicked perfectly to the 1-yard line, and you got so much speed running under the ball, you're going to have perfect blocking. Going back to that accident, Dan, that was like a deja vu for me, because I was on that road the very same day that the accident occurred, a tragic thing. And, of course, our thoughts go out to everybody, all the families.
Absolutely. All right, on first down, looking deep is Holly. He's got a man, and he's got a catch. And if he had not stepped out of bounds, I believe Taras McKinley might have had a touchdown there.
Yeah, number 1, Janoris Jenkins is on the coverage, and he's got him perfectly covered. But Holly does a great job of throwing the ball behind the receiver. And behind the receiver meaning that the receiver can come back, see the ball, and make the catch, and that's what happened. Jackson, here it is right here, and Holly lets the ball go, and I think Jackson actually comes out of his shoes. He loses a shoe on this one. But watch the receiver come back for the ball. There it is right there.
Yeah, you're right, correct.
And now it's just a matter of him stepping out of bounds, and that would have been a touchdown.
It very, very easily could have. So once again, as we're talking, ebb and flow, and the momentum has switched again. Right now there is a player down on the field and being attended to for Pahokee. So we're going to have a little stop in the action here. Well, nothing serious, though, it looks like, as maybe just a cramp.
It is cramps. Number 51 for Pahokee, and that's McKenna Regis. He's been rushing the passer all night long, Dan. He's been in the whole game, and the cramps are going to come because you're not used to just a revved up situation that he's been in all night. This is probably the longest that Pahokee's been on defense the entire season. I'm sure they haven't had any games like this where they're out there more than half the game.
I'm sure they haven't. Most of Pahokee's games have been blowouts. So you can also expect that a lot of the younger players, a lot of the sophomores and juniors have been seeing action as well. All right, we are just about ready to get back underway. A huge gain for Glades on that play. And now number 8, DeAndre Holly, who has had a whale of a ball game for the Raiders. On first down, the ball at the 48-yard line, looking to get into Blue Devil territory. A big rush. He scrambles out to the left, then turns around, still looking to throw the ball. He's hit again, but stays on his feet up through the middle. And DeAndre Holly had the most entertaining 2-yard gain I think you are ever going to see on a high school football field.
Dan, I'm watching this play. The defensive lineman for Pahokee, I believe it's number 71, he is being blocked in the backfield, and the play is over. And all of a sudden, Holly comes from nowhere back to the guy who was knocked on the ground.
And just take a list. One swipe, and he's on his feet. He's kind of rocked. He's got another guy after him. Whoop! Changes direction. Back he comes, thinking, hey, I'd like to throw the ball. I've got a receiver
and
here.
Here comes the guy
Blue
that was
jerseys all around. Hit by number 51. Stays on his feet and goes forward for about a 2 or 3 yard gain before he finally slips. His feet slipped out from under him. Incredible.
You know what's amazing about that, Dan, is how can there not be a clip? I mean, you don't have any idea where he's going. And to avoid clipping is real discipline by the Glade Central kids. It was so funny. It was number 51 for Pahokee. That was the
McKenna Regis,
yeah, he was the one that was injured, had the cramps. McCanner's back there. He's out of the play, he thinks. And all of a sudden, here comes the quarterback back to him. So you can't believe it. It's just so much fun to watch athletes in action. It really is.
This has been just incredible. Right now, there's a Glade Central player who is down. He is getting back up. That would be Ernest McCoy, the stellar offensive lineman who is committed to LSU. And McCoy, 6'8", 345 pounds.
Is that all?
That's all. And shaken up a little bit on the play. If there's anybody out there big enough to shake a oak tree up,
he'll be back. He's going to have to cut his arm off to take him out of this game.
So 2nd and 8 now for the Raiders. Holly in the shotgun, looking to throw the ball. Pressure again. This time he gets away again, throws the ball, flips it downfield. A dangerous pass that is knocked away, incomplete, intended for Travis Benjamin. And Holly getting more and more daring as this game goes on. That one, though, I'm not sure if you're a coach you would have recommended.
Well, I'm going to give. Here's Holly. He's trying to, but see, at 5'7", what are you going to look at? And you've got 6'3", 6'4" guys running you down, and he tosses the ball up to who he appears to be an open receiver who is actually covered, and there's 2 guys all over number 3. So
a nice job by Benjamin just to break up the pass and prevent an interception. So now 3rd and 8 from the shotgun. Holly again. This time he fakes it and takes it around the left side, and Holly has got some room around the left side and is going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and that is a Glade Central first down.
Yeah, big play by the Glade Central offensive line, creating a super hole, one of the bigger holes we've seen tonight. And the ebb and flow of this game is incredible. I mean, there's so many momentum changes, like Dan said, that you can't predict anything. You can't, put your finger on anything that's consistent.
If I could predict anything, Bill, it might be overtime. 28-21 the score. A first down for Glades. Holly back passes, hits Deontay Thompson in the flats, and look at Deontay make some nice moves and pick up about 12 yards in what should have been maybe a 2 to 3 yard gain.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, how lonely have you got to feel if you're the cornerback and seeing number 6 catch the ball in front of you with the whole field to work with.